prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, which works in The Hague under the auspices of the United Nations, has said he's going to issue arrest warrants for Prime Minister Netanyahu and a defense minister in Israel, as well as the Hamas leaders. There's no trial. Nothing has been found to have been illegal. Certainly, arrest warrants are warranted for the Hamas leaders. As though I'm not a great fan of President Netanyahu, I think, frankly, he's too weak, and he's the reason that Israel's in the shape that it's in today. He does not deserve an arrest warrant. But this is typical of the United Nations, which represents leftist third world nations bent on harming the United States. On the other side of the coin, I myself filed a complaint at the International Criminal Court well over a year ago against Joe Biden when he ordered a drone strike after the death of 13 GIs at the Kabul airport, killing 10 of our Afghan allies, 7 children, and 1 3-year-old child. And in fact, the International Criminal Court said they were going to investigate the matter. They've done nothing. Well, now Biden's on their side, and that helps explain it. Therefore, you see the corruption in the American legal system, but the corruption internationally is just as great. It is sad that the legal profession as a whole is the way it is. The people of the United States and the world cannot depend on it. It does what it wants. It has its own agenda, and this is an outrage. I want to talk about one other thing, and we're talking about the Trump trial at this point in time, or the Chump trial, you might say. Regardless of how you think the jury should rule, this is a corrupt judge, Judge Juan Merchan, and we have filed an ethics complaint against him. Others have as well. I filed ethics complaints against Judge Tanya Chutkan in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, a political hack sitting on the J6 prosecution of President Trump, and also this clown Arthur Engoron, who held Trump to be liable for hundreds of millions of dollars, almost $500 million, in a case involving valuation of Trump property. You can see just how corrupt our legal system is. But what I have to laugh is when you see Jeffrey Toobin on CNN talking about what's going on now in the so-called hush money trial with regard to Stormy Daniels. Someone who was caught, excuse the French, pleasuring himself on YouTube. A couple years ago, CNN had to fire him. Obviously, the guy's got some mental problems. He thinks Trump should be convicted. It's clear what he thinks because he's so biased and prejudiced. This guy just reeks of whatever you can say about someone like Toobin. I call him Jeffrey Boobin. I'm going to put up here because you'll see years ago when I got a finding by the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, Judge Leon, that the NSA had violated the Fourth Amendment, and Judge Leon imposed a preliminary injunction. He went after me, and that was actually a position that was taken even by the ACLU, but they didn't succeed. Larry Klayman and Freedom Watch succeeded. I want you to see who this clown is, and this is who CNN puts on as its legal analyst. So you can see we've got a corrupt legal system. We've got clowns doing analysis on places like CNN, the Communist News Network. Now, if you have an ideology, if you believe in something, go to freedomwatchusa.org. Contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We are your real Justice Department. We are not scared. We'll do what needs to be done. We need to do it for the American people and for the world because this country is sinking fast under the regime of Joe Biden and our corrupt legal system in general. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. Get my book. It Takes a Counter-Revolution, Wake Up America. Read it. Tell me what you think at leklayman@gmail.com. I have an open mind. I don't have a closed mind. I'm a conservative. I'm also a libertarian in many ways. And I hope that you'll join us at freedomwatchusa.org and become part of the solution, not part of the problem. Thank you for listening to me. Until tomorrow, remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves.